This is Tyler, and you are listening to the Analytive Podcast. Today, we're going to talk about a little secret that some of the biggest names focused on conversion and conversion rate optimization are actually spending most of their time building brands, and I'll tell you why. This is Tyler, and you are listening to the Analytive Podcast. Hello, everyone. This is Tyler with Analytive, and welcome to the Analytive Podcast. Today, I'm going to kind of have a personal conversation with you about the way my thoughts on marketing have changed over the past 6 months to a year. And to do that, I'm going to talk about a product called ClickFunnels. Now, if you're in the digital marketing space at all, you may have heard of ClickFunnels. It's an amazing piece of software. First of all, let me say that. I really love it. But ClickFunnels is a tool, a software tool that allows you to build landing pages, right? So a landing page, think of it like a drag and drop website builder. But allows you to build funnels or landing pages that convert really well. So first of all, I love the tool, but the guy who invented the tool and is sort of the salesperson / spokesperson for the tool, his name is Russell Brunson. And Russell has done a ton for the marketing industry. He's written a ton of books, and we're going to talk about that a little bit later in the podcast. But he's just provided massive value to the marketing industry. But I have a little bit of I don't even want to call it a beef, but there's one thing I think that gets a little lost so Russell Brunson invented this software that allows you to build funnels that convert way better than traditional websites. And that's a fact, like it just is. But you kind of get this idea when you read through his products and read through the ClickFunnels documentation that you can just send traffic to these websites and they just sort of magically convert. They do convert better than traditional websites, but not really and not always. For example, how many times have you been to a website? I mean, it probably happens literally dozens of times a day and you don't buy anything, right? Even if the offer is perfect and it's very convincing and there's a video and you think, man, like this might be something that I need or something that I want, yet you still don't buy. That's because you're not familiar with the brand, right? And we are savvy consumers, right? Everybody listening to this podcast, I consider you a savvy consumer. I consider myself a savvy consumer. We're used to hearing the promises of what you're going to get and what you're going to earn and all this, and then not delivering. So we're savvy people, right? We have to be in an age where marketing is everywhere. But so this idea with ClickFunnels that Russell has is that, you can kind of just send ads to a page and it magically converts. Sometimes that does work, right? Sometimes you can make that work and it'll be amazing. But let me tell you how I started using ClickFunnels. So this is a tool that we use in our own business. Happy to recommend it to you. We use it. I just built a funnel on it late last week, Thursday, Friday for a client. But how did I start using ClickFunnels, right? So I'd heard about it for a while, but the first thing that I did was I bought Russell's book, .com Secrets. All right. So I purchased the book. It shipped to me. I think it was, quote unquote, free plus shipping. So it was like a $7 offer. Then I ended up buying his second book. Then I got put on the email list, received tons of emails about ClickFunnels. And then I started following him on social media, especially on YouTube, watching a lot of the content that they had on there. And eventually, after all of those brand impressions and that brand engagement, I finally decided to convert, right? I bought the software and I'm glad I did. I love the software. But here's the point. Russell Brunson, as Mr. ClickFunnels, the idea that you can just send ads to a page and it converts, to a certain extent, practices this idea of brand, right? He is producing books, right? He currently has 2 or 3 books out. I think they're coming out with a book for each industry. They do tons and tons and tons of email marketing, follow-up, automated follow-up systems. They are very, very active on social media, both on the organic and on the paid ad side. And then he does currently a YouTube video every week, I think, or every couple of weeks. And then they do a podcast, the Marketing Secrets podcast. That happens at least weekly. So here's my point. With guys like Russell Brunson, again, deep respect for him. He's added tons of value to the community, but don't always watch what they say, right? Because he's not dishonest, and sometimes sending ads directly to a page can work, but watch what they do, right? Watch what he does. And if you look at ClickFunnels, you look at the brand, you look at the books, the .com Secrets, yes, he uses funnels. Funnels are an integral part, right? That conversion focused landing page where somebody lands on the page. It's very clear what the offer is. It's an amazing offer at the right price, adding tons of value from the very, very beginning. But watch what they do. He is out there writing books. He is doing email marketing. He's doing active social media marketing. He's creating YouTube videos, recording a podcast. They have courses online. They literally have courses that you can take about affiliate marketing, about how to write great emails. They provide you with tons of content, guidebooks, handbooks. There's a document, an ebook that they put together called the Funnel Hackers Cookbook. If you search for Russell Brunson or ClickFunnels, you will find literally 1,000. It's got to be at least 1,000 pieces of content, right? Across several domains, across several YouTube channels and podcasts. They are immersing you in the brand. Yes, they're the conversion-focused company. It's all about writing a great page and a great offer. That matters. But ClickFunnels is a brand-built company, right? The reason it's at $100 million a year or whatever their revenue is because they're a brand-focused company. That he's building his brand and he's building the ClickFunnels brand everywhere we go. So for you guys, right, if the guy who literally owns the word funnel, right, marketing funnel online, is also doing all of this in brand, right, he's what I would argue the best or one of the best people at building these direct sales funnels. But if he himself, right, one of the guys who's best at this is focused on the brand, shouldn't you be as well? Shouldn't you be out there educating consumers? Shouldn't you be providing massive value up front? Ebooks, videos, PDFs, podcasts, especially if you're in a knowledge type industry, you're selling software, you're selling anything in the business to business space to a sophisticated buyer, right? It even works in the consumer products. I mean, if you sell cooking products, right? If you're a pampered chef, you should have a podcast. You should be producing video content. If you sell shoes, right? Same thing. How do you get more athletic performance, right? How do you run faster, jump higher, whatever that is? Yeah, sure. Brand matters, and having celebrities and all that really, really matters. But here's where we are in our business. At some point, you begin to turn the corner from conversion, right? So when I first started marketing, I really focused on conversion because I love it. It's easy to track. So the idea is that somebody lands on the page, again, they go through the funnel or they go on the landing page, then they convert, they fill out the form, and they become a customer. But at some point you turn that page and then you start promoting content. You start creating content that starts building a brand, right? You turn this page from saying, okay, how did this exact ad convert? Did this one, did it get 3 downloads or 5 downloads or 10? How many click-throughs did it get? At some point you turn the corner from conversion and you start building a brand. And brand is really the moment that you go from playing around with marketing to you really start building a company. As a company brand for any kind of, anything that's not a commodity, right? Besides oil, but even then that's something where brand can matter a whole lot. But anything beyond that, brand is really where you go from playing around to building a company. And the thing is, good brand requires almost total immersion of your customers and potential customers. You want to be everywhere and do so in a valuable way, right? You want to be at the conferences that they're at. You want to have ads and content on the website they're at. You want to be in their inbox. You want to be on their Instagram. You want to be everywhere that your clients and potential clients are. Now, you don't just want to sell. It's not like buy, but you actually want to be adding value. You want to get them familiar with your face, your value proposition. You want to show value from the very beginning, right? And you turn this corner in your company from conversion to building a brand, and that's when you really, really get serious, right? So here's, at the risk of going too far afield on this analogy, let's talk about and track with me here. But if you want to grow a healthy lawn, right? I live in Colorado. It's not exactly the desert, but there's not a ton of rain that comes in. So if you want to have a healthy lawn in Colorado, you have to water the grass, right? But what's the easiest way to really grow a healthy lawn, at least out here in Colorado? With a small sprinkler, right? Just giving the minimum amount of water required and then trying to measure, did the grass grow enough this week or this month? Right? We need to give a little more, a little less. Did this area that got this amount of water grow? And are we scientific in our approach? Or would we rather say, let's give the lawn as much water as it'll take, as much water as it can use to grow green and healthy, right? It's the same for your business, right? If you are looking at every single dollar that you spend in marketing and every single cent, and again, I'm not saying don't evaluate. I'm not saying don't look at metrics. All of that matters. But if the main thing that you're focused on is squeezing the maximum amount of value out of every single dollar, right? You're never going to know how healthy the business can be. You're never going to grow the business in a way that is sustainable in the long run. So be smart, be intelligent, use metrics, use analytics, do all of that stuff. But at some point, realize that not every single dollar is trackable, and that building a brand takes time and effort. And just like a lawn providing it enough water, if you want your business to be healthy, then you need to water it with this marketing and this sales and this value. Give it as much water as you can possibly afford, and it will grow green and healthy for you. With that, I'm Tyler, and this is the Analytive Podcast.
The podcast you just heard was published with Anchor. Got something you want to say to the creator of this show? Send them a voice message using the Anchor app, free for iOS and Android.